Howdy, folks. Hope you are doing well. And hope you're having a wonderful day. Let me get into the comments section here and take a look and see what's going on. Let's move this down. Y'all let me know if the audio is crazy. All right, let's go back up to the top because I think we've had some folks that have been here for a while. Marco, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. SC Knife Monkey, good evening to you as well. And if you were previously subbed to SC Knife Monkey, he's had to recreate his channel, and would appreciate anyone that could go and sub. He's got a couple of videos up, shorts that you could actually go ahead and watch so that your subscription sticks. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Kathleen Smith, thank you for being here, young lady. Mind of Milton says, I'm here for the Spyderco mat. I no longer have the Spyderco mat. It's gone to its home, as it were. And somehow that didn't clip up there. Gonzo, thank you for being here, man. I have to give a shout out to Gonzo. For some reason, everything going on yesterday, I thought yesterday was Tuesday, and had it all set up for yesterday evening. And Gonzo let me know I had made a mistake and was able to fix that fairly quickly, I think. So appreciate it, Gonzo. Ryan Crow, thank you for being here. Appreciate it, man. Marco, I think I said hello to you. I think you would like the first one. What's the giveaway knife tonight? No giveaway knife this evening. But stay tuned. Mr. Eddie says, sup? And hey, Mr. Eddie, hope you're doing well. He's working on getting his stuff delivered in and setting up the house. So he's been kind of camping in the house, I think, for a few days. Let's see. So I'm getting some little tidbits of information. Milton is wild. Gonzo doesn't have anybody near him that likes knives. Milton's come and taken quite a few knives from Mr. Eddie, it sounds like. A hypercut, a Keeling, and a whippersnapper. Kelly's Mishmash. Thanks, Kelly. Do appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And thank you for understanding. I sent Kelly a message earlier this evening. Fred the Lug, thank you for being here, man. This is Fred's sticker there, and these knives that are here, as well as the ones that I carry today, are all Fred's knives. Getting reviews done on those. Roger Baker, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. TKE says, hello, Thomas. And I think it's funny. Folks thought that we were actually bickering, so that was kind of funny. Darkwater is in the house. Once this one is completely closed out, this live, you feel free to go over and visit Darkwater, but you have to wait until the end here before you go over there. And I'm kidding, of course. Darkwater will be starting up in about an hour there, if I'm not mistaken. So go check out his live as well. Let's see. Neil McKenzie, thank you for being here. I'm trying to get caught up because I'm already 3 minutes behind, apparently. And lots of folks saying hello, but Marco thinks I have left the mat in the landfill. No, I actually shipped it off to TKE with a few knives, stickers and such. So hopefully it'll be there in the next couple of days. Actually didn't check tracking on it today because I'd probably just be irritated with where it says it is. So just gonna let that run. I did make a video that it's kind of sort of somewhat appeared that I had run over his map, but not really. Gonzo said, "What is the middle knife?" This is the HWG rattlesnake. It has some parts in it that make it ting very loudly. Some folks like it, some folks don't. All right, let's see here. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure I said hello to Roger Baker. Thank you for being here, man. Probably something like that, Gonzo. And in fact, he's agreeing there. I think he's been sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag too. But hopefully he will get everything settled in quickly. Jesse, thank you for being here. Gonzo says Milton should have lent you a air mattress. And Mr. 80 agreed with that, but man. TK says, I can hear you now, Tommy. Okay, good deal. I'm glad somebody has confirmed that I am that the audio appears to be working somewhat well, I suppose. Darkwater says, I may or may not be going. My foot looks like a squash right now. Oh, okay. Sure, there's a story to that, but man, that doesn't sound good. My little grandson busted his big toe over here at the house the other night. He was supposed to spend the night with us. Ended up pulling a bench over on him, and he ended up with a fractured toe and 3 stitches. But a 5-year-old bounces back pretty quickly, and he appears to be doing so. He ended up being able to spend the night with us on Saturday night, so all good. TKE says something about left our friendship in the landfill. No, I was tempted. I had several offers to actually pay me to do things to the map, but I decided not to do that. TKE's linking folks. If you don't have a wrench and you need it, let me know. If you want to post your link, either have TKE link it or let me know to give you a wrench. Do appreciate that. That's one way that we can let others know about our different channels. We aren't always aware of who might have a channel at all times, and if we're in here and you have a channel, let us know. That's a good way to get a few subs, and others do it, and I am all for doing it here on our lives. Something sounds expensive. Probably busting the toe, but I don't know that for a fact. Is that the giveaway knife? No, not tonight. Not tonight. All right, then TK's dropping a lot of links. Y'all check those out. Somebody's in Alligator Alcatraz. I don't know who that might be. None for Now celebrates 4 months of membership. 4 months. Year's going fast. It absolutely is. None for Now, thank you so much for being a member. Really appreciate that. And let me give you a little sound here showing my appreciation. I don't have a crazy musical instrument, but I can do the sounds that's in the software here. Because your knife is still sitting here. I haven't got it completed yet, so I'm working on it, man. I'm trying. I have done quite a few reviews and videos this week. I'm trying to get everything out. Guy says, I want a tracking number. Somebody give him a tracking number. And I saw Gonzo also wants to spine whack that the French knife. So Still don't have permission to do that, though. You certainly did a lot of stuff to get that tracking number. Artillery bomb? Oh, the fireworks. Gotcha. But your running over part wasn't near as cool as mine. I'm just saying. Um, yeah, he was. It was a mess. Apparently, I hadn't got home from church yet, and um, the kids were here when I got here, and I was like, "What are they doing here?" And came in, and mopping was happening, and cleaning up was happening, and apparently, uh, stuff got all over the place. But he he bounced back pretty quick. Of course, he's having to be easy with it. No, for now, so just got done with the video Faithful EDC did on the I-21. Looks sort of like a Kershaw Launch 1 to me. It's cool. It is a neat knife. Um, it's pretty interesting how the blade is much appears much larger than the scales, than the handle there, but it does fit well in hand. So not disappointed in that one. The I could do without the speed holes and the Tiger Stripe ammo. Uh, I'm I don't really care about it. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. I think I'd rather have a plain Stonewash Ti. Let's see. I missed something about the mat thing, but that's okay. Yeah, do not hesitate to post your channel if you've got a ranch, or if not, um, let TK know. And apparently, TK's linking my channel. I don't know. Anyhow, if you're not subscribed to me, please go ahead and do so. Well, it's I'm 3 minutes behind. It's 9:30, 9:42 now. So, TK, you can tell how far behind I am. Kathleen mentioned SC Knife Monkey having to start over on subs. So go check his channel out and give him a sub if you would. Wanted to say thank you again to Mad Yako for the mat. Did an awesome job on that. Sent me a couple of more um, items, and absolutely Gonzo. 9:49 at the time. 9:39 looks the real time. I agree. And TD has linked Sakon Knife Monkey. Yes, your two knives. I got the other one right here, just so you don't think it's missing. Which is kind of whippersnapperish, by the way. I think that's why. Milton found it interesting, but it does look somewhat like a whippersnapper. Uh, I disagree with that one, TK. I disagree with that one. But anyhow, somebody got a tracking number. I do not know where that tracking number is going to or coming from, however, so that could be interesting. And I feel like I've got something going on with I didn't have all my lights on, and I don't think I think I've got smudged glasses here. So um, sorry about that, guys. I didn't have a lights on. Maybe that may liven things up a little bit, or you can let me know if that's worse, and I need to go back to just the other ones. So TK's posting up some emojis that you can get if you're a member. Henry G. Did I see Henry G? There's Henry G. Henry G, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. And there's TK Lincoln Kelly's Mishmash channel. Let's see what else we got here. It is fun to find a video that's well done and learn how to do some lanyards or paracord things. I did that on a Chris Reeves knife that I had. I think Mr. Eddie's actually got that one now. It didn't come with a lanyard on it, so I attempted to put one on there. That's okay. Rick's Knife says, "Hey, what's happening, good people?" And TKE. So you would think that they were mortal enemies as well, but not so much. TKE says, "I'm drawing my first winner for the 5K giveaway Saturday, 10 minutes in just to break the cycle, then jumping in 2 to 6 business weeks to continue the cycle. Gotta love it." Now that means I'm gonna have to try to be up especially early to get in on that first drawing that'll start within 10 minutes of the beginning of TKE's live. So man, I hate that because sometimes I'll come in a few minutes late because I've slept in a few minutes. Now I got to try to get up early. Thanks, TKE. Gonzo says, "Start over now. The light is better." We'll have to talk about it, Mr. Eddie. I'm still not sure, but we'll definitely talk about it. TKE says, "You whippersnappers always complaining about the lighting." There was a comment about whippersnappers, and I told them that you whippersnappers need to be honor your elders or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I said to them. Gonzo says, "Optic, you say, yeah, but I'm not about to show that on the live here. I would get TKE'd." That is a technical term, by the way, TKE'd. Henry G. Again, thank you for being here, man. Let's see. Making sure I hadn't missed anyone. Kelly says, "I almost always have paracord cut and sitting beside me as I'm on the lives. That's why I sometimes miss people saying hi to me in chat. As a matter of fact, I got cord for like 6 monkeys. Cool. I've got I keep one of the smaller ones on my flashlight. It helps me keep up with the flashlight for one, and makes it very easy to retrieve from pocket for another. Just saying." TK says, "Lucky for y'all, I never start on time." Occasionally you do somewhat start at least just a few minutes late. Apparently TK's driving home and only texting us when he stopped at a red light or pulled over to chat. Right, TKE? Apparently there's a box waiting for TK at the house. However, Mr. Eddie, TK wants Mr. Eddie to send Keelings and the Jason Clark knives. I'm really enjoying my Jason Clark. It is breaking in quite nicely. And Rick's being somewhat rude to TK there. Jesse says, "I've overslept TKE a few times." It happens. It does. And even TK's done it a time or two, apparently. Ryan Dobbins, thank you for being here, sir. Do appreciate it. Mind Belton said the brown Jason Clark is mine, Neil. Mac just doesn't know it yet. Haha. Ryan Crow, no, sir, that's not the giveaway knives. That's actually some knives that I'm about to do a review on. So I've got them out here. They happen to be handy. Nope, you didn't hear that. You heard flashlight. I've got two. I usually carry two flashlights. And in fact, part of what I wanted to ask of the group today is, besides knives, what other items do you normally carry as part of your EDC? Um, I've got I've got some other items I haven't pulled out. And wait a minute, I know Mr. Eddie's not going to actually believe this, but I do carry a Hank in my pocket. Um, and then I have a few other items I'm not putting on the table because the aforementioned TKE thing. But nonetheless, what else do you carry? What else do you carry that you consider to be part of what you always have on you? And if I've got pants with pockets on, this is normally what is on me. Um, I like gadgets. What can I say? And that is just not going to lie flat. Stay. It's not paying any attention to me. Let's see. Who else might we have here? Hold on. TK, be careful. You guys, not funny, not funny. TK says, I've never experienced a Keeling or a Clark. I have, let's see, I've had the Keeling on loan, and I have a Clark. I don't actually have it on me right now because I'm carrying the knives that I'm reviewing. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull out what I've had in pocket today. I have the Wingspan, which is a nice sized little knife. I have the Sibin. And then I've had the Valhund, which is a smaller knife. So that's the ones that I've had in pocket today. Ron Diamond says, I ordered the One Track Mind Zorn knife. That is very cool. I like that knife. My ire is actually headed to TKE right now to check out. That's one of the reasons I delayed shipping. I knew he wanted to check it out, and I also knew that I didn't want to have it not in pocket for a couple of weeks after getting it. So I was delaying the sending of the package to him, but I went ahead and did it. You guys said I needed to wait until at least after July 4th, so I did that. All right, let's see. TK says going into listen mode. That's a good idea. Give one away; it will be fun. You talking about one of the knives here? Oh, they're all Fred's. I can't do that, Gonzo. Robert Willoughby says hello, everyone. Thank you for being here, Robert. Rick Snell says I carry a knife, a pry bar, a coin, and a flashlight. I'm sure that's what he meant. I carry backups of the flashlights because I live out here in the country where it's kind of dark, and I like having a bit of light if things go bump around the house, and I like having that backup because one is none and two is one type thing. Rick Snye says and a pen. I don't usually carry a pen because if I need a pen, there's usually one on my desk, and man, my glasses are messed up. But I usually have one on the desk, and if I'm not at the desk and I need to take a note, I'll usually use my S23 Ultra if it's something I need to write down and don't want to type out. I'll grab the stylus and type it out or write it out. So that's just me, though. I did previously carry a pen all the time when I worked in the office, and actually had a wallet that I could slip a pin in, and it stayed there in the edge of the wallet. Worked out quite well. I actually ordered that off of um, well, it was a custom made or handmade wallet, so it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. But I'm also enjoying this particular type of a wallet system where I can just move the little switch here and pop up the cards, and I can select them. And then also, okay, I like gadgets, so I also have a gadget where I can track my wallet in case I leave it somewhere or it gets missing. So that's that's the that's my carry. All right, let's see. Gonzo says knife, pew, keys, wallet, vape pen. All right, everybody else. That's two of the 28 people in here. And man, I really appreciate everyone that is here. If in case I haven't said that already, really appreciate you guys taking the time to come in here and hang out for a few minutes. Ron Dobbins says, still waiting on my Null Raiden R2 knife to come in the mail, hopefully this week. Hopefully you have tracking for it and can keep an eye on that, Ron Dobbins. But I tell you what, I'm not confident on USPS right now. Sometimes it's better not to look at it and just be surprised. SC Knife Monkey says, Marco, can you share my link? And you guys go check out SC Knife Monkey. He had to start over. He accidentally deleted his channel and has had to start over from scratch. So go check him out. TK says, did you put the French knife in the box you sent me as well, or just the... No, I didn't. Neither one, sir. You didn't ask for a Clark, but I did send the ones that you asked for, so hopefully you enjoy that. Gonzo did drop that link for SC Knife Monkey. And TKE dropped it as well, so good deal. Ryan Dobbins says, hit that thumbs up, everyone, and I appreciate that reminder, Ron Dobbins. Really do appreciate that. Yes, please hit that like button or the thumbs up button if you do like the live. Gonzo says, what earbuds are those? Those are the Samsung, what are these? Buds Pro 2s. I had the original Buds Pro, and they went missing a few weeks ago, and did some research, and I'm getting the 3s and actually watched some videos and decided just to go with the 2s. One, to save money, but also I read that the automatic noise canceling portion of the 2 actually worked a little bit better than the 3. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I did go ahead and do that, get the 2s instead of the 3. The 3s also had the stalks, much like the Apple earbuds, and I wasn't sure if I would like that, and really wasn't what I needed. So the main thing I use these for is if I'm cutting grass to be able to listen to a book, or if I need a little bit of noise reduction for whatever I may be doing. So that's the main things I wanted with the earbuds. Jim Cox, I have some a few dollars, but not a lot of cash usually. You're right. There's not much need for carrying cash anymore. It may not be a bad idea to keep some on hand that you can get to, but as far as carrying it, I normally don't carry a whole lot. Blade Show's a different story, but that's another thing. Rick's Nice says, Pilot G2 represent. And Let's see if I've missed anybody. Got behind here a little bit. Ron Crow says my EDC usually consists of a hank, 4 knives, 2 flashlights, and a first aid kit. And yes, that's something that I had been carrying a good bit, and I've kind of got away from, and I really need to start carrying again. Is I usually have a tourniquet somewhere close, but I was carrying one on me for a good while. Have a little EDC pouch type thing that I actually got from Vostede, and my tourniquet fit pretty well in there. And I need to be carrying that more. TK says today I carried an Oz machine pen, Olight Arcfell Pro, and Spyderco Military 2 in S90V with a 17-degree screamer on it, courtesy of my new Beneve Stones and Tactical Terry. Well, that was a very descriptive carry there. Thank you, TK, for that. Dwayne Letterman, thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. Kelly's Mishmash says I'm a homebody, so I basically only carry a knife on me. Kelly, I work from home most days, but this is still usually what I have on me, plus other items. TK says, excellent mouse sounds. Oh boy. That's Jim Cox's YouTube channel. Apparently he has nice mouse sounds as well. I think Jim's been working around with some CAD software, which is pretty cool. Mr. Eddie says, one knife, keys, and a wallet. He's very minimalist, that guy. He has more than enough knives to carry one knife, a different knife each day for every day of the year, and probably carries the same most days, I would guess. Let's see here. Ron Diamond says, hope you're all having a great day today, and everyone in this chat. You too, Ron. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everyone is. Brian White says, happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Marco's dropped South Carolina Knife Monkey's link again. Y'all go check it out. He's having to start over with his channel. Dwayne Letterman says, what's a knife monkey? He's I think it's a fan of all things sharp there, Dwayne Letterman. Jim Cox says, Mark, I think your giveaway package is on the way via Pony Express. You sent it USPS, didn't you, Jim? Gonzo says, always good to have cash just in case. Yep, it is. That is true. Paul Mills, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. Jim Cox says, I have a couple of Ridge wallets that I've used for about 10 years, I think. I tend to keep wallets around for a good while. This is an Extra wallet. I was actually carrying an Extra that a friend had sent me, and then had Extra contact me to ask if I would be interested in checking out some more of their items, and so I've done so. I really like that particular wallet though, and I kind of like blue too, so that works out well. Making sure I haven't missed anybody. Eagle Scout EDC, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. Ron Diamond says, guns, I usually have a couple of 20s in my wallet all the time. Not a bad idea. Just in case. Rick's nice, so I've got to go and make some videos. Everyone have a great evening. Thank you, Rick. If you're still happen to be here, and I appreciate you taking the time to hang out for a few minutes. All right, let's see here. Gonzo's misunderstanding Kelly. And let's see. Jim Cox says, I'm going to train my mic on my mouse click scroll wheel just for TKE. It's always somebody, isn't it, Jim? Some portion of your live or your video just there's got to be a comment about it. But I got a different mic, so I'm not hearing the complaints about the mic, the mouse clicking now. So I don't know if that's actually changed or if they just got tired of messing with me about it. Probably the latter, I'm guessing. Ron Crow says, I would think half of Mr. Eddie's collection is TKEs in your house. I only have two of Mr. Eddie's knives right now, and that's because I picked one up at Blade, and the other one was he actually had sent to me direct um, from one he actually won on a live. So he was in the process of moving and didn't want to send anything. Plus, I've got more than enough knives um, to review right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I've got at least 13 knives that I'm reviewing right now. And that doesn't count the ones that I've already done. So um, I think I have 40 something videos that are recorded that are in the queue that I need to edit and upload. So I think I'm going to have to start. Well, I won't say that. If I'm going to increase the number of videos that I am releasing on a regular basis, or just kind of hang on in case there's a kind of a dry spell. We'll have to see. Gonzo says, I've had a Lancelot leather minimalist wallet for about 5 years now. Very cool. TK says, Mr. Eddie wants cash for something. TK says, Mr. Eddie doesn't send me knives. He got to 4,000. Now he's at 5,000. But once he reached 4,000, that was it, I think. TK says, Jim is my somebody. TK's brand building. All right, let's see here. DC, thanks for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Says, what should my cabin knife be? 8010 Spyderco Pair 2 Tucson TS 390. Good question. What do you guys think? Daly's a PM Paramilitary 3. So, that's a good question. I think I've had the 390 if I'm not mistaken. I have not had the 8010. But what do you guys think? And again, DC, thank you for being here. Dwayne Letterman says always the 8010. That should be a very chunky knife. Jim Cox says cabin knife, fixed blade, which is not a bad idea either. Old Man on the Ridge says, good evening, Hippo Gadgets, and everyone else here tonight. Took forever to get into chat tonight. Had to reboot my Windows 10 machine, just waiting for it to reach end of life so I can migrate it to Linux. There you go. I've considered doing that several times, Old Man on the Ridge. If it weren't for the ham radio applications that I usually need to have on Windows, I would have probably gone over to that long ago. Because otherwise, I don't really need it. So, and have played around with Linux a good bit. So, all right, what about you guys? Um, in fact, if you would go over to TK's Discord, there's a channel on there. Um, there's a channel on there for all right, yeah, there's a channel on there um, for my lives, the pocket checks on my lives. Drop what you're carrying, and if you can include the other items that you may be carrying. Uh, so really, would appreciate it if you do that. We'll check those in a little bit. And I saw something flash up here. Jim Cox gifted 5 Help with Gadgets memberships. Thank you, Jim Cox. Really appreciate that, man. Let's see who got their memberships. Looks like B Shady got his. Knives Your Life got one. Fook Doozle did. Laid Off Pete and Ken Faulkner. And Jim Cox, really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing so. And I'm going to play a sound to thank you for that. Thank you so much for that, Jim. Really appreciate that. And congratulations to those that got a membership from Jim. Please thank him. And again, really appreciate that, Jim. All right. Gonzo says, do something kind for someone. TK did a lot of the emojis. That's DC says, considered a fixed blade Mora. That's a pretty decent knife from what I understand. I haven't had a Mora, but I heard that is a not a bad choice on a budget type fixed blade. I've almost purchased one several times. Yeah, there's actually some there's actually a distro that apparently has a lot of tools, but it's not it's not the ones that I usually use. And I like the ones that I usually use because I do some different modes, and I like the logging software. Otherwise, I would probably I'd probably switch over because just because of being in partially in cybersecurity and my thoughts on what Microsoft does. But that's that's it's okay. Gonzo, going to bed. Have to be up at 3 a.m. Gonzo, thank you for coming by, man. Hanging around for a little bit. And again, thanks for pinging me when I messed up on the date yesterday. Appreciate the assistance there. All right, again, you guys post what you carry. If you carry something else besides knives, what items do you carry? I carry the Olight Arcfeld. This is the Arcfeld UV. I think that's a previous version to the Arcfeld Pro, but it's pretty cool to have that UV light that you can. Oh, here it is. That you can activate the glow in the dark type of things, and have that do its thing. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else here, but you can actually see where stuff is sometimes that you're like, oh, that's crazy. But a tip: don't ever go even in your bathroom that you consider to be clean and do the UV with the lights off. It's not pleasant, I should say. And I'm scared to do that at I don't even want to know at a hotel. Um, but it is a good way to make sure things are clean, and apparently to make sure there's no bed bugs. So anyhow, just a tip there. But please let me know what else you carry. Do you carry Hinks or pry bars. I'm particular to the Vero Fulcrum. I've been carrying this one for probably about 5 years now, and you can see that that I've used it a good bit. That doesn't come from being in pocket, because I'll leave it in it usually stays in my right rear pocket, and with nothing else in that pocket, so it gets used. TK dropped Ken Faulkner's YouTube channel, and I don't know if I am following Ken. I need to check that out. Let's see if I can. It didn't let me do that. Oh well. It's not letting me do that in my live stream software. DC says, can't believe how useful simple utility knife is up in the woods. Got to carry a good pry and a flashlight. Nothing like opening the barn, hearing things move with no light. Absolutely not. I had a neighbor that mentioned they had heard something outside in one of their buildings, and had gone out the door and saw somebody run. And I'm like, didn't you have a flashlight on you? But I'm bad about having a flash. I have flashlights, as in multiple flashlights on me, and then I have other ones sitting in strategic locations in the house that will shine all the way down to my barn, which is about 75 yards away. And it's just something I do. I've had I don't even want to know how much I've spent on flashlights over the years, because I'm kind of like gadgets a little bit. All right, let's see. Mr. Eddie says that penguin is cool. Yeah, I got it from a pretty cool guy. He gave it to me some time ago. But yeah, it is a cool knife. Old Man Ridge says, wallet, iPhone 12, G42 always, even if I forget the first two. Yep. Kind of the same. Usually, if I've got my pants on, I've got my wallet and most of the time my phone. Although I tend to sometimes leave it on the desk when I step away. But even here at the house, I've usually got the other items on, because you never know. Jim Cox says, when I wear cargo pants, which is most times I wear pants. Yep. Arcfeld Ultra. I've got an Arcfeld. You'd think I could say it. Lynch Northwest Pry, Ridge wallet, Chavez Chubb flipper utility, on occasion a pen. And I need to get a decent utility knife, but I usually carry 3 knives anyway. Mr. Eddie says, I put my knife on the Discord. Very cool. We'll check that out here in a few minutes, Mr. Eddie. Thank you for doing that. Paul Mill says, I carried my 187 and my bug out today. Very cool. Paul, what other items do you carry besides a knife? And I got this one, Mr. Eddie, because I thought it looked like a map, but turns out that wasn't quite what it was. And I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that's why I got it, because I thought it looked like a map. Because I'm like you, I like maps. Jim Cox says, I don't think any of those who got the memberships are here. I don't think so either, Jim. But I appreciate that nonetheless, you doing that. Great Scott Minnie says, hey, good evening. Hey, Scotty, thank you for being here. I spent an inordinate amount of time on the phone with that guy right there today. We got to have a little fun, and I've used the term fun very loosely at work today. So do appreciate that. Well, Mr. Eddie, if you do that, you can't comment on the shorts. So, man. DC says, lost my CountyCom Fulcrum Pry last trip. Yeah, I hate it when I lose something. And if it's something that I usually have, well, the reason I ended up with this flashlight is because I lost the original arc feld that I had. Well, I had and now have, because I've lost it for a large amount of time, several times now. One time I found it under the stove, and I do not recall how it might have got under the stove. It must have got dropped at some point in time and kicked or something, and then I couldn't find it. And it bothers me when I can't find stuff. And I've driven 30 miles to find the knife, only to find out I'd stuck it in a pocket that I normally didn't stick knives in, and couldn't find it. So I hate it when I can't find something. But yeah, the original arc feld. So I got the original arc feld as a backup to this one. So if I need to put this on my charging bar thing, I'll just drop that one on and get the other one off. So I've usually always got one of those in hand. Paul Mill says phone and wallet. Scotty says good times. No, not so much. Old Man on the Roof says love cargo pants. Prefer Wrangler tans. They have a nice foam pocket on the left leg. I'm partial to the LAPG, and I can't remember which particular pant model it is, but it's got a couple of slots on the sides that can be used for mags, or can be used for knives. And I usually have knives in those. And then it also has a pocket on the back that can be used for phones or larger mags. So that's usually what I carry, what I wear around the house. Got away from wearing jeans a lot several years ago. I think that means I'm getting old. Split and slices. Howdy, help gadgets all here tonight. Like carry due to COVID. Man, brought it home from end of vacation, and that is horrible when you're going on vacation and bring home crud. So I hope you get to feeling better soon, man. Easy Ant 3-in-1 leather pouch, Rye Smart flashlight, half-size tack pen, and Victorinox Fisherman Swiss Army knife. That's a light carry. Yep. And by you saying that, I have a feeling that your regular carry would be very interesting. DC says, biggest question, how do folks carry phones? 3 seasons, it goes in vest, but in summer, a few larger phones going to be an issue. Usually the phone that I have, which is a S23 Ultra, so it's a big phone. There's a pocket here on my pants that I usually carry it in. Either that, or I'll slip it into the cargo pocket down there. But you have to be careful. All you will miss is the send comments. Oh, that is true. You do. That's a lot of the comment is send that. And I think he's using the Wrangler tans. Definitely nice sliding pocket, left pocket, sliding the phone in the left pocket without having opened the flap. Yeah, very cool. TK says, he linked my TK linked the Discord pocket check. So there you go. We'll check that out here just shortly. And TK linked split and slices as well. Mr. Eddie says, I put my phone in my pocket like a normal person. Come on now, Mr. Eddie. You know you've got that. You need a special pocket for your phone. But you probably carry a really small phone too, though. I think you carry one of those Apples. Great Scott Mini says fanny packs. All right, let's go. Let's see if I can pull up the Discord. I don't think I did have it up. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can find the. There we go. And gadgets. All right, we got a couple of items to look at. And so let me pull this back up. Jim Cox says if Mr. Eddie wants to pretend to be a normal person, leave him alone. DC says going to miss the iPhone 12 mini, but no satellite capability. And I think that that's supposed to get here pretty quickly with Starlink getting it, DC. I was using Starlink here at the house until they ran fiber down the road about 6 months ago. Somewhere around that time. So I switched over to fiber because it was cheaper and faster. But I'm still leaving that Starlink gear in place just in case. Luke, thank you for being here, man. All right, let's see if we can switch over to the share screen thing here. If I can work everything correctly. And add that to the scene. We'll actually maximize that. And we'll look at what Mr. Eddie's carrying. And this is apparently a Doc Schiffer prototype. And I don't know the name of it because I don't think Mr. Eddie told me what it was. But there you have it. And that's a pretty cool looking knife. I'm sure he'll send it to me at some point, maybe, since I haven't reached 4,000 subs yet. Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's come on. I got to get on the other screen to make this work correctly. And then there's TKE's carry. I think TKE's trying to get me TKE'd. Looks like is that the military there? TKE? And a unnamed item. And that's the only ones that have dropped anything in there, but I will keep an eye on that and see if anybody else drops anything in there. So let's see if we can go back to our normal one and maximize that. I'm sure you saw kind of a blank screen there probably for just a moment. So that was my fault. All right, let's go ahead and see what we're doing here. There's one private phone line in the vicinity. Starlink may be an option for camp in 2026. Very cool. Louis says that's a cool looking knife. Yeah, Jim, they're being funny about stuff, but being a picture, I'm hoping that's not an issue. Louis says, Mr. Eddie, any new exotic knives? I bought me a couple of Steve Kalari Customs and the KB Knives Sokius. Probably butchered that, but hopefully I didn't get too far off. Military 2 S90V. Okay, very cool. And the XDM with extended mag. I do have the XP point system, don't I? I think I heard you could turn that off, but I'm not sure the pros and cons of doing that. Yeah, the TKE actually touched one, moved it in a live right after In fact, there was a lot of stuff going on in his in New Orleans, and he was keeping something handy and made the mistake of actually touching it. It didn't go well for TKE. He had to do some. He had some splaining to do. And TKE is in the house. Hopefully, he is not driving right now. Mr. Eddie says those sound cool. They do, and I don't know what they are, so I'll have to try to remember to go look. Jim Cox says it was in a live stream that got shut down for community guidelines, and it was a cartoon drawing. Wow, that is crazy. TKE says Milton and Eddie are ranked ahead of me. Turn it off. I haven't been paying attention to that because I don't see that in the in EV Mux. So it appears that Gonzo is number one with Marco close behind Mind of Milton in third, and TKE in fourth, and Mr. Eddie in fifth. So, yep, he's behind. And yeah, when TKE did it, it got him pretty quick. He was wasn't a whole lot of anything except TKE off the air. DC says last knife I cut myself with was a draw knife for logs that I put in a box for camp. I reached in to get a sharp. Youch. Not cool. TKE says I get Milton being ahead of me because he's very demure, but Eddie rigged. You guys are something else. You guys are something else. All right. Did Darkwater end up going live, or I didn't hear what had happened? So I need to go over and find out what happened to him for one. But what's the delay here? Let's see how long the delay before it picks up. Wow. It has to be a good 15 or 20-second delay, if not more. Jim says, I turned the leaderboard off or I'd be number one. Probably so, sir. Probably so. And then TKE says, you're always number one to me, Jim Cox. Yep, and very unforgiving. Solid piece of metal there. TK says, send me the Clark and the French knife. Eddie says it's okay. I've already sent you the other knife that I usually carry, so you're going to have to be content with that for a while. And I don't know, Mr. Eddie's probably wanting his French knife since I've had it for a while. Louis says, I also picked up some budget knives that are big ones, the Bombor and the Buster FG. Very cool. And Louis says, Jim Cox for president. There you go. Let's see. Let me get rid of this top fans thing so I can kind of keep an eye out. And it said, Mr. Eddie says I didn't. So apparently TK is trying to get me to send knives that Mr. Eddie didn't say was okay. So we have to be careful about that. No, not 11 knives. You got to be kidding me. I need to learn some new things with editing software, and if I've got a bunch of knives to review, that tends to make me focus on them when I'm not doing other things. So. TK says, wow, Mr. Eddie, it was more of a verbal agreement. And Louis says, someone send me some knives. I want to play. Hey, if it weren't for these guys sending me knives to check out, I wouldn't be able to to get the amount of knives that I'm able to get and take a look at. TK says you're good with editing software. You need to focus more on the shipping aspect. Well, thank you, TK. I appreciate that. Mind the Milton says, Louis, TKE should. He has so many cool knives. Oh, I also had this one in pocket today too. I carried it in a while and felt like it needed to be carried. And I love the step milling on that. In case y'all didn't know, but that one's in pocket too. I just reached down and it was actually in my cargo pocket. Mr. Eddie says, Louis, send cool knives to Milton. That means send them to Milton so Mr. Eddie can see them. I think that's what that means. Mr. Eddie and Milton live very close together now, so they're able to personally share knives. Louis says, Jim Cox NC Blaze has the carbon fiber model in stock a couple of days ago. Very cool. And I'm not sure which one he's talking about, so I'll have to look back. Jim Cox, I need them on board, but I need to pass. I'm going to pass on the Buster. See, I missed stuff. TK says the guy that just had a whole new knife collection move a few blocks away. There you go. Milton says I don't review, just do lazy shorts. You do some pretty cool shorts though, and he tends to get pretty good music with it too. I've tried to do the music thing and got fussed at because apparently the folks like the sound of nature as I walk up the driveway. So there you go. I don't know. 6 of one, half dozen the other, and it is what it is. TK's being complimentary to the old Milton. So, did you get any views from that TK? Did that one go well? My the mat running over didn't go as well as I had hoped, but there's still time, I suppose. And thanks for Milton editing that, by the way, too. He did an awesome job. All right, let's see. Anything else? We've not had any more posts to our pocket check. Let's see. And TKE is dropping the Milton's YouTube channel. And Fred the Lug is back. Welcome back, Fred the Lug. We haven't really talked about the knives that are on the table here that I'm finishing up with. This is a Homer Zoo Chen, CHEN, with a Damasteel blade. I haven't taken this one apart, Fred. I was apprehensive because I've not done an auto, and while I feel confident I could probably get it back correct, it's not something I've done before. At least not on one of these. I've done it on a cheaper knife, much cheaper knife. But and then this is the Lim Shifkey rattlesnake, which is pretty cool. Good action on it. It does ting a bit. And then this is the Odd 21. I need to see if I can figure out what the story is on this. Why it's called the Odd 21. But I like it. Solid little knife. Fred said, if you're not fully, yep, that tends to be the thing. If I'm not fully comfortable with it, not sure. This is a Ray Laconico design knife. That is the Vasti Dvalhund. Pretty good front flipper. Smaller knife, so it takes a little bit for me to use the thumb studs either way. But come on, focus. The access to the lock bars is okay, but I tend to really like Laconico's design language. For some reason, I have another Laconico in the other room. And then, of course, this is the new breed EDC wingspan, which Fred got at Blade Show and promptly handed to me the next day and let me bring it home. Really appreciate that. And then the Concept Cybin, which is an Edgy Blade Works design Concept collaboration. And a little chunky little knife, and I'm not trying to get myself with it just then, but I like that. My favorite, though, where did I put it? Already put it in the box since I'd finished with it. But the favorite one of the ones that Fred sent me is the Pictus, Gecko Customs Pictus. And Fred, do you know who the OEM for that was? I need to. I was going to put that on my review when I do it. And let's see. Yeah, do that, Fred. I wouldn't mind doing it just to be able to see the mechanism, but I don't. It shouldn't be that difficult. I've taken OTFs apart before, but this is a cool little knife. Let's see if I can zoom in on there, and then of course the blade there. But all right, I'm getting behind on the comments here. DC says, "Oh, the Aviator B3 has been my daily carry pen for 6 months. That's my current favorite. 2 colors in a pen, all in a comfortable, or 2 colors in a pencil, all in one comfortable pen." Don't tempt me on that. I'm old and really like the old 4-color pen pencil things. Don't tell me how they have a modern one that's a comfortable pen. Do it, you old baby. Take it apart, says Mr. Eddie. Louis says, I hope Vasti starts making larger knives again. All these 3-inch knives. Yeah, this one is a smaller knife, and I think it's 2.9 on the blade, and it doesn't make for. It does. I mean, don't get me wrong. It does a decent job. But and I said Edgy American, but I meant Edgy Blade Works, I think. There, Louis. And Fred said Koopy did the Pictus. Very good. Wow. That's probably my favorite production knife that I have reviewed this year. It's that good. Cost on it is $240, I think. $240, $260. Very well priced, in my opinion, especially for the detail and the action on it. The action's awesome. I'll just say it. Again, it's probably my favorite production knife of the year. Kubi does a good job. I think they did the Ire, which is headed to TKU right now. Fred says Jeff is the designer of the I-21. Hey, that would be something cool to put in the review. Fred, if you can find that out, let me know. Nothing about the chin. Gotcha. And Fred Look says the new Naga is a 3.54 blade. That's a decent size. He was summoned to Patagonia on Friday. Interview or something. DC says the aviator is made by folks with disability. Veterans is fighter cockpit approved. Very cool. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Somebody drop a link in my Instagram on that one. Mr. Eddie says, where are we getting mom from DNK? So very cool. And yes, Kunwu did the hour, and I think they did an awesome job on that one as well. But that's just my opinion. TKA should be able to get a hold of that one fairly soon, I think, and see what he thinks about it. But I like it. I've had to put some other knives in the pocket since I've shipped that one off to him. All right. Anything else we need to talk about? Fred, what do you carry besides a knife? What other EDC items do you carry? That's what the kind of what the theme has been tonight. Have you tried the new Work Shark knives out? I saw them at Blade and was interested, but they didn't have the version that I was really wanting. But I don't know. I don't know how I would like that knife. I'm not usually a fan of auto knives, and the only way to deploy that in the non-auto configuration is pressing the button and slinging the blade out. So that's I don't know about that. I'd have to think about it. All right, let's see. TKE says, does the ire yeet? Well, I hope not. I don't think it would. And I would be appreciative if you didn't try yeeting it. Thank you, TKE. Appreciate it. Fred says, don't carry anything else. And Mr. Eddie says, talk about being a master mod. We'll check on that, Mr. Eddie. Although I need to find out what you're planning on doing because reasons. Fred says, keep a flashlight pin, back scratcher in my backpack, which I usually have with me. That's on you. So very cool, and it is good to keep some of those items handy. All right. And there's a note for Fred from Milton, so very cool. All right, you guys. Looks like I have run out of things to talk about, and I don't want to keep you guys hanging on an inordinate amount of time when you've been very kind to come here and hang out for the time that you have. TK says Mastermind can make someone a mod, but that's about it. They can't retract mod privileges. No, you can't unmod somebody. Yeah, what time of August? What part of August do you go in there, Milton? Wife and I are on vacation and maybe coming through New York. So we might be meeting up with old Fred during that time. Maybe we'll see. But anyhow, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Really appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see y'all again next week, providing we nothing happens and we have a live next week. Don't see any. Hopefully, nothing comes up, but really appreciate it. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you have a good evening.